Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So tonight we're going to talk about President Reagan, fear, love, and a science fiction cliche. There's a cliche in science fiction books and movies. It gets played out so often that people probably think it's true, that it's a reality. You've seen it in Independence Day. That's a good example of it. When the people from outer space arrive, what happens? The entire world bands together, holds hands, and defeats whatever it is. Reagan talked about this once. Probably one of the weirdest things he's ever said in public. He said, "Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world." Sounds good. Sounds good. The aliens show up and we all hold hands and sing "We Are the World," and at the end of the movie everything's better. But see, it sounds like a message of love. It sounds like a message of interconnectedness, that common bond, right? But it's not. It's not. It's a message of fear. And it's telling us exactly how government governs. We can't try to achieve this recognition of our common bond, this love, this interconnectedness, unless we have something to be afraid of, because that makes it really easy to motivate people. If you didn't have fear to unite people, well, then you would have to actually work, lead. It was true then, and it's true now. The thing is, that's not how it actually plays out, though. When we have that universal threat, it's not what happens. It never is. We become more fragmented. And the powers that be, whether it be the government or the mass media, they go out of their way to just instill more fear. So you follow your leader. Think about our recent situation, our current one. First couple weeks of coverage, what was it? Look at what's happening. They can't move. This could happen to you at any moment. Be ready. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's good for clicks. Gives a real visceral reaction. But at the same time, it should be noted that anybody who's at risk owes the people who endured that a pretty big debt, because they slowed the advance. They bought time, because we are all interconnected. Instead, it morphs into xenophobia. We're afraid of them. That's how the media spun it. That's how they played it. Focused on the fear. Follow your leader. And then we have our bumbling leadership. If this was an alien movie, the person appointed to spearhead the response is somebody who really doesn't even seem to believe in aliens. And then you have President Trump, who is saying that he might decide to close the Mexican border because that would help somehow. You know, that is exactly what a stable genius would do, though. Make sure that anybody entering the country from there is unchecked and unscreened, because that will help with our current situation. But it appeals to his rhetoric. Fear. Fear. Be afraid. It appeals to his base. I cannot wait for the day when we have leadership that does not focus on telling everybody to be a coward. Be a great day. Follow your heart. Don't follow your leader. You know, that's how it plays out, though. Governments use fear to motivate their populaces. They always have. Hopefully, that will eventually end. Doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, though. As we go through bumpy times, this situation, the economic situation, whatever, look for the interconnectedness. Look for the love. It's there, and it's easy to see if you rise above the fear. That fear is how governments keep you in line. It's how they keep you in check. Fall in love. Don't fall in line. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.